Hey, Tom.
Hey, Pat. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day, man. You want to do a special Valentine's Day episode?
I prepared for it, so I would love to.
Let's do it. Let's start the show.
Okay. What is going on, everybody? I'm Tom.
And I'm Pat.
We're best friends, and you're listening to the Reminiscent Podcast. So it's been a while since we've done a draft. We've heard from several listeners that it's their favorite. I don't know why we haven't turned this into a draft-based show, but we are here today to draft our Valentine's Day playlist. We've got a couple rules, and as always, I'm pretty unclear as to what they are. So do you want to go over them, Pat?
Yes. We are going to do a snake-style draft, as the last drafts have been. This one is going to be based around, there's there's only one rule. Songs that you would have played on repeat during the 2000s if you were crushing on someone. So, kind of the do you want me to go over some low-hanging fruit options, or you just want to dive in? I don't want to steal any thunder or anything.
Well, let's do it. I'm interested because, we were coming up in high school when mixed CDs were still very much a thing. And that was one of my go-to Valentine's Day presents, was making mixed CDs. And
yeah, if you're balling on a budget, there was thought put into there. I think there's countless movies and TV shows and stuff about, I think Zach Braff made a career off of being good at playlists and stuff. So Nick and Nora, I think, is a movie because of Zach Braff making one good movie and one very, very good TV show. Well, I guess Bill Lawrence made it. Anyway, I'm doing a Scrubs thing, but this is the Valentine's Day episode. Yeah. So were there ones that frequent in yours? Or you just I kind of want to pick, because as soon as we mention one, then it's like, it's gamesmanship and stuff. So I'm treading carefully. I'm just going to let you talk now.
So again, common theme. I'm not great with lyrics. I'm not great with meaning. In prepping for this show, I realized that a lot of songs I thought were like romantic love songs were actually breakup songs.
Yes, same, 100%. And I'm excited to hear. I'm glad to hear that.
So I had some weird ones in there for sure that read the lyrics. I was like, oh, this is a sad song. I always listened to it when I was feeling in love. And I freaking wish I still had my iTunes playlist of things that I've made for exes in the past, because I've made quite a few mixtapes and received a couple.
Did you have a big closer or a trick that you tended to do?
No, but I do remember at one point making one for Hannah and Googling pop punk love songs because I felt like I needed to fill it out more.
Nice. Thanks, search engines.
So there's actually going to be some on this draft that I discovered from making a Valentine's Day playlist for a girlfriend.
I think you're in the right headspace. I think we're both in the right headspace. We're both happily married men, but back in the day, nobody, I think, got to skip the awkward mixtape phase. Everyone's probably made one, whether they delivered it or not. Tweet at the show at _reminiscentfm if you either went through with it and it went poorly, or it went well, or if you decided not to deliver it and what the story was there. Those are all very interesting scenarios, and we'd love to hear about them. Valentine's Day means a lot to a lot of different people. Mostly we're all going to die someday, so why not smoke them if you got them, enjoy them, or don't enjoy them, but don't ruin anyone else's day, I guess. Is kind of, I don't know why I took it there. Yeah, I hope you're having a good day. For some people, it's not a great day, so maybe this podcast is going to make you chuckle. I'm going to get mad at Tom at least twice, and that's pretty much how these go. So, Tom, would you like to roll the ceremonial die to see who gets to pick first? Which we've decided it might be better to pick second, because you get the second and third pick.
Yeah.
So it's, I guess we'll just see. I guess I'm going to, whoever gets the highest number, is that how we're going to go?
Oh, yeah, let's do the highest number. I've got 2 dice here, laser-cut wood dice with a marble in the middle. And
one of my favorite parts of the show is that you are so proud of those dice, and I'm not even making fun of you. You take the time to describe in detail.
I love them.
Oh, I know you do, and it brings me joy to hear it, because you're legitimately a friend of mine, and I'm glad it brings you joy. But the detail every time is exquisite on the description of the dice, for sure.
All right, here we go. This is Pat's roll here. Pat coming in hot with a 7, a 5, and a 2. And my roll, a 6. So you go first, but I think I win on that one, right? I mean, we'll see.
Well, let's see. Do I get the choice to pick first or pick second and third, or do I just win and go?
Or pick first date. Oh God, that's the big one. I think.
I'll just go first. I won't be a stick in the mud. For future drafts, I'm curious if whoever wins the role gets to choose whether or not they have to go first or second.
Oh.
But now I'm curious. I actually, based on the amount of prep we both did, which is either a lot or a little, I'm not sure because we both might be lying. Again, it's all gamesmanship from the minute we decided to do a draft episode. So I'm just going to say this. I'm going to say Punk Rock Princess by Something Corporate.
Ooh.
Take one that I really want. We've done an episode. It was back when we were doing those head-to-head episodes like a year and a half ago. We were still figuring out the show.
Yeah.
Leave Me Through the Window is obviously so freaking good. We should have just done a Leave Me Through the Window episode. We'll probably revisit Something Corporate at some time. We owe it to them. Probably Woke Up in a Car. But Punk Rock Princess, how much more of a sing-along pop punk, like guitar-driven, like, I don't know. Andrew McMahon's just a stud. A stud in khakis, no less. And seeing him perform at Bunbury in Cincinnati, I got to cover that festival for the station I was working with at the time. Super fun. He's still got it, big time. And Punk Rock Princess, yeah, simple, power chord, freaking mid-2000s pop punk. It brings me joy. How couldn't it? That album's so strong. Let's just make this a Something Corporate album. I should just let you pick. But what else would you listen to on this day? I guess we'll find out shortly, but do you feel robbed at all? I was expecting more of a fight on this, but I know I didn't want to go into your lane too hard. I could have gone right for your freaking jugular, but I'm trying to, I don't want to, we've left past drafts much more upset than we should. So I'm trying to make it as I don't know, easygoing as possible lately.
Are we doing 5 or 10? I think I might be up for 10 if we can really get through it.
If you want to go 10, I will go toe to toe until track 10. I'm all jacked up on the 4-year strong episode we just recorded. I don't know if it's released yet, but my heart's still beating fast just from recording that. So let's go 10. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it plays out. I've got the firepower. It's just going to we'll just see. We'll just see.
Okay. I don't know. We might not overlap that much, but yeah, again, we've been recording horribly out of order because we're trying to get 9 episodes done in 3 weeks because I'm out of town for a long time. No idea what order anything is going out in, so we probably just shouldn't reference any of it.
I know. I do it every time, too.
You've been referencing the Fall Out Boy thing that we did 3 weeks ago, and it's not going to go out for a long time.
Right. Because it was good. It was fun, and it's such a good music video, too. I think it'll come out maybe after this one. Well, at some point after this one, obviously. But yes, happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Sorry. I'm just excited. I'm having fun. We're having a good time.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, the ball's in your court. You get 2 picks, man.
Okay. This is hard because, again, I'm trying to weigh what would be my... I'm
upset that you weren't more upset by my Punk Rock Princess pick.
Okay.
It takes the fun out of it.
The first time I ever heard... I'm trying to put myself in 2007 Tom's shoes. What would I pick then? Because I didn't hear Punk Rock Princess until we did that episode less than a year ago.
Gotcha. Okay. So it wasn't at the time doing stuff for you. That's fine. Okay.
I just didn't know it existed. So I'm trying to think. Sure. I'm trying to think pre-2009 Tom. What are you up to?
Okay. What is he up to?
And again, I'm trying to pick things that you would first so that I get them on my team. There's a lot, though. I'm going to start with Above Me by Rufio.
Sure. I honestly don't know if I've ever heard that song. We've been really civil this first round here.
Dude, you know this song. We have referenced this so many times for being the anthem of our soccer club in 8th grade. This song and The Shooting Star That Destroyed Us All. When I look at the stars, they shine of your eyes. The sky, it burns bright with your presence tonight. Yet you're so above me, and I cannot fly. To the angels above me, I long to be with. It's
So here's where I think you are misunderstanding what happened at with the soccer club.
Okay.
A Shooting Star That Destroyed Us All by the Static Lullaby was definitely one of the songs. We used to just say Rufio, 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 as a hands in the middle thing. I had never heard a Rufio song.
What?
We also used to say Thundercats, 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 whoa! And we just said that. I didn't even know Rufio was a band until pretty recently, actually.
Dude,
so
James McCallion one of our main musical Sherpas introduced me to the song. If I was to walk till time saw no end. If I was, you don't know that
I'm
song?
sure it's fantastic. I'm telling you, I missed it.
Man.
I'm saying, see, we both wanted to make each other so upset with these first two picks, but we both just whiffed, and now we're making ourselves upset. But yeah, no, I enjoy it. I hope your mixtape brings you happiness because it means nothing to me.
We're upset by how we failed to upset each other.
Right.
All right, my next
Take
one.
your Rufio. I don't care.
The next one, This Is For Real by Motion City Soundtrack.
All right. Okay, we're heating it up a little bit.
Yeah,
That's fine,
dude.
That's fine. You know what? Take it.
Even If It Kills Me is like, I forgot that album is like top 10 for me. We did commit this to memory recently. I think I like Even If It Kills Me a little bit better. Top 10, definitely. And it's like, it's kind of a love album. And it's about growing up and seeing your wife turn into a mother. And like, it's a beautiful, beautiful record. And this is a band that Hannah got me into and might have made it on one of our Valentine's Day playlists. I think we went through 2 or 3 Valentine's Days together. I feel like this must have been on at least one of them.
Okay. So we're starting to make some splashes. Should I just go for it? I mean, we got to start taking some of the big ones at some point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good call with Motion City. I was going to pick My Favorite Accident by them for this list, but I was like, oh, that's a horribly sad song. I can't. So that was like one of the very obvious, like, too bad our relationship was a total mess. I was like, oh, I actually really love that song. Anyway, so I'm not going to pick it. But jealous a little bit. But again, I don't think we've cut too deep yet until dun dun dun. Josie by Blink-182.
Oh, God. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
I didn't even think of it.
Yes. Well, you were like, hey, what did you like? We were trying to be nice right before the show, just like prep a little bit. I sent you a list of like SparkNote versions of what I'd researched. I left off the ones I really wanted to pick, so I wasn't being like as nice as I could have. But yeah, you're still up watching Vacation, and us, everything's gonna be fine. Just like simple to digest for a teen, right there. Obviously, didn't have a girlfriend. Didn't have a girlfriend who was buying me Mexican food from Sombreros just because. But it's just it's comfort food. It's one of those songs, it's comfort food. So I have to take it off the board. Another large domino that I think has to fall, but I don't want to do it to you this. I'm going to give you another round to pick this one because I don't want to do you that dirty because I know this is one of your like kaboomers. But so I'll go this direction. How about we go this direction? We Intertwined by the Hush Sound.
Oh, dude, that's another Hannah song. Jesus.
That's me taking it easy because I know there's some haymakers that are still on the board. But I'm telling you, this is supposed to be like about love and our crushes, but instead we're just fighting with each other the whole time. No, We Intertwined. I remember listening to this with. I feel weird. You and I are both like very different people with everything, but High School Flame, more than library study hall stuff where it's like, oh, this song's really good and cool. Neither of us were that like intimately familiar with the band or anything, but it's just a song about a picnic, super lovey-dovey, about as flirtatious during a study hall as you can get, sharing AirPods, which was like a big move in the 2000s. Like, here, I'll take one.
Was it Hannah?
No, Hannah was your girlfriend throughout all of the stretch of time we're referencing. So
I don't know.
That would be the real bomb. Like, you know what, Tom, you've pissed me so off with this mixtape that I'm going to reveal to the world. No, I'm pretty sure it was like a study hall earbud sharing thing, which was like the simplest pre-driver's license thing you could do. But obviously very meaningful for like, coming up. So yeah. I don't really know the Hush Sound that well other than that song and that moment I'm specifically referencing, but it's been in my libraries ever since because it's just terrific and fits perfectly into what we're trying to do today, I feel like.
Yeah, no, that's a really good song. It's the only one I know by them, and I really enjoy that all through high school. Again, Hannah introduced me. I asked about study hall because Hannah, you, Ashley, and I were all in a study hall together, and I was very, very newly single at the time. I think you and Hannah and me and Hannah were kind of flirty because we both liked her a lot. I mean, that wasn't the secret.
I knew her because her sister rode crew with my sister. My sister was like 4 or 5 years ahead of me at the high school. So it was like one of the two people other than like, I knew you and her basically only in the school. Like I knew you because we had gone to school together, and I knew her because just by chance her sister happened to do a club with my sister like 2 years prior to that. But
okay.
No, I can see why you would put those clues together. But yeah, it was definitely, I remember Mike Murphy being there too, just kind of like, God bless him, just kind of stumbling through life with a smile on his face, kind of coming in and being like, oh, taking one of the headphones and just enjoying it, not really picking up on any of the social cues. But that was the beauty of Mike Murphy, I guess, to a certain degree, even though at the time I remember being highly frustrated by like, hey man, high school is high school, and I get like a half-hour period where I pretend to read and I get to talk to Casey for like a minute and like, get the out of here, man. Like we're doing the headphone share thing. This is like we weren't even friends, so he wasn't even breaking any particular bro code. He was just like this bohemian dude that I don't know. It was I just remember that very vividly. Anyway,
it's just always happy to see you. Never in the right place at the right time.
Well, that's the most accurate description. Nicest guy ever. Nicest guy. I remember I took some fishing class for gym to free up some, because I needed to take some extra study halls, because with student senate and athletics or whatever, like I just needed some periods where I wasn't doing anything throughout the day to actually get work done, because I would go home from school, bust ass to the east side, go to some practice, and basically be exhausted all the time. That fishing class actually was one of the greater things that's ever happened to me, but that's for a different time. Stories for a different time. Anyway.
Whoa. Because I think I was going to do that fishing. Was it a summer class?
It was in the summer, and Mr. Becker.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Mr. Becker took me and Cameron Wazorek and obviously like 20 other people, but he didn't give two cares. I'm trying to keep it, we swear a lot on the show, but we shouldn't. He didn't care much about any of it. It was the summer, right? So we practiced fly fishing, but like all these kids are like practicing casting in some field on the peninsula. And he's like, hey, Pat, Cameron, let's just go around like along the coast and like fish for bass or smallmouth bass with like this specific thing he taught us. So we're like walking along the coast for like a mile, fishing bass, super fun, like the sport of it. Like, you could kind of see them and it was a fight to it. And we get back and I didn't realize there was no other chaperones. It was just the 20 kids still practicing casting in that field. He had left them in mid. It was the most, about as close to like, you kind of start to see how your parents' stories over the years would have like grown into tall tales about like, they didn't care back in the day. Like, I guess that is an example I'll probably use later in life and I'm trying to sound cooler to my kids or something. But they just didn't care about anything. But yeah, at night, I think Laura was with Dave Winarski at the time, but a lot of us would just have ice cream and just hang out. And it was actually ended up being a kind of fun couple weeks. So I'm mentioning a lot of names, too nostalgic, Hush Sound. Good stuff. That's my pick. My number 3, I think.
Something like that. Yeah, we're rushing through this episode. We have 6 here. I'm going to have to pick First Date by Blink-182.
Sure.
It's one of my all-time favorites. We dressed up as them for Halloween. Picture in the show notes. I feel like the picture's in the show notes like every other week, but reminiscentpodcast.com/episode/158. It's one of their best songs. It's one of the most fun songs. It's one of the first songs I heard of theirs because I kind of came into them a little late. But yeah,
well, we used to take Halloween pretty seriously, even in high school. We would dress up like, basically it was an excuse to wear short shorts, but we'd be lifeguards or 80s joggers. Yeah, there was a pretty common theme for like how short can our shorts be and how can we wear aviators, which we're kind of making a comeback, I guess. But lifeguards, joggers, police.
We only did it 3 years, yeah.
Well, only 3, but still, like for the 10 to 20 people that ended up doing it every year. The police year, getting all the free donuts we did by going around to various donut shops in the city after school, that was
yeah. I still have
super
footage
cool.
of that. Oh,
it was great.
Speaking of Mike Murphy, junior year, we were lifeguards. We had the tiny red shorts. Our friend Dave brought in the zinc stuff to put on our noses, aviators and whistles. And we like skipped the whole day. Our the second floor of our school was a square. The bottom floor was a square as well. It was interrupted by the cafeteria, but you can still walk through it. So we would walk in circles around the halls during classes, spinning our whistles, yelling at kids to stop running in the pool. And I remember we were by the State Street entrance, and that first classroom to the right was the ceramics room. And we were doing our laps, and we were all skipping classes. And of course, Mike Murphy's walking in the hallway, skipping classes, and he pretends to pass out on the ground. And like all 15 of the guys pick him up off the ground. We bust into the ceramics room, lay him down on a table, and pretend to do CPR on him. Like during one of the classes.
I wonder if they ever regretted making it possible to walk in a loop around the school. Like, it probably seemed like a good idea at the time, but I only remember, like, I have very few memories of being in class. Not that we skipped all the time,
right?
Even though we did.
Skipping and walking through the halls.
It was so easy to just like, hey, you want to wander around and bug everyone quickly? Like, the layout of the school kind of begged for it.
Oh, God.
But yeah, I think that's why we were so excited when I went to OU in Athens, which is kind of, they have a pretty well-known, I guess, at least regionally, I don't know, Halloween bash, right? So it was welcome to go all out when we decided to go for the first date get up, and everyone was pretty into it. And we had a lot of the dialogue down, which is not hard to get down. Just ended up kissing my own brother. You know, like that's kind of the only line. That's kind of the only joke. But
that's far out.
It was
dude.
a lot of fun. I think it was like cool. We get to what's that?
Yeah, it's far out, dude. Yeah, it's up.
Right. Yeah, precisely. But I'm glad you picked that because it's obviously very important to us, and I'm glad we got to kind of express that love through Halloween. And like the 4 people that got it, I'm glad the payoff was that big for them, even though not that many people did.
I want to tell one more story about walking the hallways on the second floor of Academy. Freshman year, Homestar Runner was still kind of new and relevant. And they had that, I think it was a strong bed email, the techno thing. And freshman year of high school, we used to, you had 3 lunches, and the lunches were happening while other people were in class. And we would finish up lunch early and just kind of walk the halls. And most of the teachers left the doors open. It was nothing ever really happened at that school. We were all very privileged and able to move freely without hall passes and stuff. But there'd be like 10 of us walking the halls, and we would techno, and we would just see all the doors shut behind us. And I remember, like, I think it was like you, me, the student Matt, Seth, and I remember your thing was always just doing vowels. Like one person would be like, poof da, poof da, poof da, poof da, and you'd be like, ooh ah, eh, ee, ooh ah, ooh ah. Like I so vividly remember that. And Seth doing the and just bothering the absolute shit out of just everyone.
The reason the school, it was like this experiment that the city did was like, what if this, anyway, just, we're like, I wonder why it went downhill. It's like recounting the fact that we were a major part of why things were less like, it was supposed to be like this college campus vibe where people there were no bells. You could just, didn't need hall passes, this and that. It was just like they would trust the students, treat them like adults. And we just ruined it probably for everybody. Like,
well, the problem was it was supposed to be like the school for smarter kids, but like they knew how to get away with shit too. So it was just, recipe for disaster for sure.
Oh yeah. Oh, I don't think over time. I think it was a cool thing though.
Yeah.
Where was I talking to Jake's family over Christmas break, and the time we had there was like a morning studio called King TV where we did the morning announcements, but there was a bunch of junk in the back and you couldn't see back there. So we built a wall with the chairs and set up a PlayStation and a television our senior year.
Yeah.
We had the place cased out pretty much. And we had stolen a bunch of hall passes and stuff where, you know, I don't want to.
No, not even hall passes. Like you can leave the school pass.
Yes. Like a lot of
early dismissal things, right?
Details don't. Yeah, just grab a bunch of the papers of the pads. The woman who ran it had a crush on our friend Doug, as far as we could tell, and she was never really looking at us or the pads when he was around. And anyway, we brought a PlayStation and a bunch of games, and it was a PlayStation 1, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I guess we knew if we lost it, nobody would really get to it. I think it was a gift to me by somebody else who was going to throw it away. But we would get everyone out of class or during lunch and go up there and play video games, and it was just kind of like you could skip class and go play, and we had a good thing going. And for no reason at all, they left a door to the roof open in that area of the studio. And we would go out there and we started having picnics. And
on the roof of the school.
Just Capri Suns, crackers, but still it was very freeing. And it was like, oh my God, can you believe it? We were like had plans to stay out overnight at this place. Like we had taped the thing open. Like,
right.
Because they would trust us to go film the plays and the concerts and like record the school's official like video archive of some of the concerts and stuff. But like we would have to lock up afterwards because they, I guess, trusted us, right? And we were like, not going to do anything bad. We're like, what if we had Capri, like, because we were too young to drink or anything, but we were like, what if we just stayed here? Like the least, like we talked about this on a past episode, like one of the worst things you can do as a teen is stay up all night because like, that's the one thing you can control, right? Like what if I don't sleep? That's like, you know, I can control that. But we were like, what if we stayed over and probably would get really bored and it wouldn't be fun. But anyway, somebody got caught urinating on the roof.
Oh, during class.
During a class who was in eye line of what should have been probably a lot worse. But I don't think the teacher happened to catch what I think he probably should have. And that was shut down immediately. They were like, but we got a good week of joy out of it, but it spread too quick. It got too popular too fast. I feel like it was.
Yeah.
We should have kept the circle tighter, circle of trust. But anyway, First Date is, in fact, a good Valentine's Day song. We went off the rails a little bit. You were like, elongate. I'm like, oh, we could keep doing high school stuff for a little bit.
All right. So
trying to get better and better at knowing the lyrics to We Intertwine just for the next study hall. Like, this song? I love this song. I know all of it. Watch me, you know.
Oh God. All right, so I have one more pick, and I have so many Tom DeLonge.
I thought we were going 10.
Here. Yeah, no, I have another one still. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah. No, yeah.
I might go with The Adventure by Angels and Airwaves.
Whoa, my boy.
My
beautiful boy. I've abandoned my child.
I cannot live, I cannot breathe unless you do this with me. I don't know the rest of the words at all. I mean, I can sing every word as it's happening. I can't recall them out of context, and I don't know what they mean.
I legit can't wait to do that episode of that album. It's going to be a moment. We need to do. I was listening, like, it'll come up on shuffle, one of the songs of the tracks I don't recognize. I'm like, oh my God, I do know this song. Like,
yeah.
I mean, when it all goes down and people have to like reckon with the fact that was a terrific album front to back. It's like, I feel like it's something we don't need to ever admit or think about because he's done so much with like the To the Stars Academy and stuff. Yeah. There's just so much new stuff with him to take in. Like it kind of slips under the radar, I feel like, or it had like a weird, like no one ever wanted to shout from a rooftop that they were like, this is my favorite thing ever. But everyone kind of was like,
but it was like the greatest thing ever.
He didn't have to do it like that, but he did it like that. You know what I mean? Like it was a moment. It was a thing. It was a great album. I'm excited to talk about it further at another time, I guess.
An all-timer, for sure. And something totally different than what he was doing, but also what anyone else was doing at the time. It was so easy to make fun of because it's like, oh, Tom thinks he's an alien now, and it's all spacey, but like it was a perfect record front to back. Absolutely.
Yeah. No, you go back and it wasn't just Boxcar Racer or Plus 44. There weren't like two songs that were digestible. It's like,
yeah,
whoa, and we got to see them. We got to see them with Taking Back Sunday and Head Automatica.
I've seen them.
That was like
thrice. I saw them actually. I could have seen them with Say Anything, but I showed up to the show late because I didn't like Say Anything at the time. What was I thinking?
Hey, let's just remember the good times where we saw them with Head Automatica and Taking Back Sunday in Cleveland, and you flung your underwear on the stage, which is probably the most told story we have on the show. Yeah. So we can just buzz by it. But in hindsight, what a fucking show,
Yeah,
man.
we were
right?
so lucky to be there for that show.
Yeah.
That was like,
Yeah.
that is that is what I will be telling my grandkids about music, when I was your age or whatever.
I didn't know Angels and Airwaves that well, first of all, but obviously
Oh.
I didn't know anything about Head Automatica. So I left
Right.
that show with like some stuff to dig into. I was like, I know so little. I am dirt. I am nothing. From dust I came to be, or whatever. All my Catholic shit started coming together from dust to dust and shit. But sorry, letting it get away from me a little bit. But that's a good pick. It's a good pick, and a very Tom pick. So I don't think we're upsetting each other too much here. I'm surprised. Can I go?
Yeah.
Best of Me by The Starting Line.
Oh,
dude, I gave you too many rounds. I'm sorry. I had to do it.
I didn't even think of it.
I'm sorry. I'm not that sorry, but
I mean, you earned it. You earned it.
I kind of let you have it a little bit, but also I'm glad you got to get your Angels and Airwaves in. But you got to know me that I'm not going to go Angels and Airwaves. That you could have gotten away with Angels and Airwaves in like round 10.
Yeah,
honestly.
absolutely.
So there's a gamesmanship. Like I tried to be a little friendly. Anyway, obviously we did a whole episode about the music video. You Can Have the Best of Me. We Will Kiss Girl. Every ounce of it screams like I'm a teen on Valentine's Day wishing to have a crush or whatever. Right. So
now I'm the piece of dirt.
From dust to dust, we will return. I forget the line. I think it's actually, I'm quoting Kansas. I'm not sure if it's a Kansas lyric or something out of the Bible. It's all blurred for me. But
Kansas
did
is
I ever
my
tell you about the
favorite
time?
state in Missouri.
Oh God,
that is a
Topical.
very
depending on when this episode comes out. That was a Super Bowl related joke that Tom just made.
The only thing
concerning.
The only thing I know about the Super Bowl is that, which makes me think the Kansas City Chiefs played. I don't know anything else.
Right. Well, you
Other
saw the
than
tweet, I'm sure.
That, yes, the Kansas City Chiefs made the state of Kansas proud.
That's right. That's right. Oh, gosh. Okay, moving along.
What a f***ing clown. All right, let's move on.
Yeah, yeah. What song did you just pick again? Sorry, my mind went
You
blank.
just picked Best of Me by the Stars.
Sorry. That's
Whenever-
how blank my mind.
Whenever we do doubles, we are gone by halfway through the second of it.
Well, we have so many. Yeah,
we're there
okay.
now.
We're there now. Okay. Yeah. No, that song was built for that moment. I feel like I had an anecdote lined up.
That's the hardest hitter. Nothing can top that.
It could have been the number one pick.
Totally. It should have
It's
been.
in my like tier one. I like to break things up into tiers.
Yeah. God, I'm so upset.
You know what? I'm going for the jugular. I don't really want to toy around that much anymore. I think I'm just going to like stun on you for a little bit here. I'm going to go Hands Down by Dashboard Confessional.
Dude, yes.
Really put some space between us.
Okay, acoustic or full band?
You know what? I was going to save this for another day. The unplugged version.
Oh.
Because I have been watching the unplugged YouTube videos on repeat. I can't stop, Tom. There's so many polos and armbands, not just worn by him, but people in the audience waving their hands in the air, just like yell singing along with him. It's like this weird nugget of 2000s energy that you can't put down. It's never going to die. It's like, we obviously don't get Cardigan Kurt Cobain. That's not something we were born in time to enjoy. And I wouldn't compare the two ever, right? But this is the one we got. And it's so weird and so perfect, though, at the same time. He's just like, this is, he's so sheepish, but he's so handsome. It's like, how are you sheepish? That's sheepish. It doesn't make sense. This isn't adding up. His hair is gelled into a petrified wood-like state. And like, he's got the armband and the polo with like a not white undershirt, but like a red undershirt with the black polo, which was a thing for a minute. But he's just like, this is a song about the greatest day I ever had. And everyone's like, people go fucking nuts. They go nuclear. They're just like, I mean, these people are like the perfect mix of, 18 to 24-year-old men and women or whatever, and they are losing it. And he's just doing this acoustic set, but at this point, the band's all on. They close the set out with this song. And, they're just screaming along, and we can get some.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know. I think people ragged on Angels and Airwaves, but kind of only because Blink-182 was so successful. People really ragged on Dashboard, but listening back to the Unplugged session, it's just like, they had some stuff. It was a moment. I kind of want to do an episode about it where maybe we watch it and live stream our reaction or something, but I don't want to do it half-assed. But, hands down, Could have gone number one in this draft, honestly.
Wow.
Right? It's a song about kissing a girl. Starting line, "Best of Me" is right up there. I mean, like so many of these are like cut from that cloth. So
yeah, dude.
it wasn't my personal favorite. That's why I waited so long. But
okay.
in terms of the parameters itself, I like Swiss Army Romance and Places You Have Come to Fear the Most the best, I think, off of that Unplugged collection. But hands down was their hit, right? Like my wife really perked up when I mentioned it the other day. Yeah, it's, I don't know. There was an energy there that you can't deny. Like, I know it was MTV set up and there was going to be people in that room that were going to be able to sing along, but they're fucking into it from the jump. It's startling. It's quite the experience. I highly recommend going back and revisiting that. Anyway, that's my other one.
Hands Down is, again, a song that Hannah introduced me to. It was on the playlist that she made for me for Valentine's Day, but I vividly remember she played me the acoustic version first, and I thought that's all there was. And then when she gave me the mix CD, I was visiting her at her college in Maryland when I was a senior in high school, and I remember we were listening to the album and this song came on and I was like, oh, this song sounds familiar, but I knew that it was like sonically different. And they came in and I was like, there's a full band version of this song. Like it blew my mind.
Well, then that weirdly great Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man soundtrack where they wrote Vindicated for that. It was just like, where the f*** did this come from?
Right. I think Yellow Card wrote songs for that album.
Yeah, I was like, okay, weird emo Tobey Maguire movie that was a worse movie, but a weirdly snappy sound. Like, oh shit, they didn't have to do it to us like that, but they did. At the beginning of the set, real quick, one last note about the Unplugged session. He's like, so this is Unplugged. Thank you guys for coming. This is Dashboard Confessional Unplugged, which I guess is a little redundant. And he's like playing like the nerdy girl that takes her glasses off midway through a 90s movie. Like that's the persona he has on. But again, like one of the most handsome ever, right? But yeah, it he even makes a joke about how soft the band is right from the jump, and people are like into it. I don't know. It's like I don't know. Everything about it is a little off-putting in the sense that like it feels like they have to be aware that they're good,
like being coy or something.
Yeah, there's a sheepishness to it that I'm like, I guess is part of the selling point. But
gotcha.
So this is the best. I wrote a song about a time I, if you can believe it, kissed a girl. I don't know. There's nothing hard to.
Who would ever want to kiss me? I'm gross.
Yeah, I know. It's like I can't even. Also, the sideburns down to the jawline, just strong look, a strong 04, 02, 04 look. Anyway. Good times.
All right.
Back to you, my man. Those are my 4 and 5, I think.
I don't even know.
It is.
You know, I hate my list already. You are destroying me right now. But I'm not even confident in the ones that I have left. And again, it's because I don't think I listened to the lyrics that well, so I don't really know.
Can we go 10 just to see where your head was at? I want to see what your crush song sounded like at this point. I'll go honestly, more true to me and not trying to win for the last 5. How about that?
Well, okay. Here's the thing, though. I never was like in full crush mode. I always liked the devastatingly depressing songs. So like I gravitated to those more than anything else.
You also had girlfriends a lot.
Yeah, and I
like never had girlfriends, so it was only crushing. Like, I wonder what we'd like to get that person's attention. So every song was through that lens for me.
Gotcha.
But yeah, you had like 2 pretty long-term girlfriends kind of throughout the whole, from birth to senior year, right? So
basically,
I imagine there wouldn't have been much longing. So I guess I might have set you up to fail with this game, and for that I apologize.
I mean, in a jokingly way, kind of. 'Cause yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, my whole high school was like dating this one girl, was miserable, but like never really like longed for anyone else in the meantime. So I was mainly listening to really depressing music, which like, dude, I wish I can go back and change that, but I don't think love songs and the crush songs were really ever my thing because I very rarely felt that, which is sad saying out loud, but
it's not that sad.
There's a couple. I'm not super passionate about any of the rest of my picks, though, is the problem.
Well, just pick a 5th and then we'll do honorable mentions. How about that?
So this is one. No, let's keep going. Just to do it. I mean, now I'm just thinking of anything. I'm
going to destroy you at this game for the reasons we just described. But I am also very curious as to what Crush Tom even looks like at this point.
So this is one of the songs that I Googled to put on Hannah's Valentine's Day mixtape. It's a song I cannot say I know any other. It's a band I can't say I know any of their other songs. I should, because it is paying homage to the people that have paved the way. But the song "Nothing With You" by the Descendants is.
Ooh.
Do you know it?
I know that's a trendy pick. I wish I was cool enough to be like intimately familiar with the Descendants, but I'm not.
No, again, this is the only song I know.
Is that the one Milo Goes to College? The like stick figure with the glasses?
I don't even know.
Damn it, Tom.
Google says it's from the album American from 2004. Does that sound right?
Hold on. I'm looking at Milo Goes to College just because we're embarrassing ourselves as fake.
Oh, no.
Fake music journalists who...
I have not paid... Well, that's
okay,
my
so
Twitter
Milo Goes
bio,
to College
isn't it?
is like the cult classic by the Descendants. This must be from a different Descendants record. Okay, I didn't think I was going to be that far off, but okay, never mind. Continue. I'm sorry.
Did you just quote my Twitter profile, though?
No, I looked at the Wikipedia page for Milo Goes to College.
No, for my Twitter bio, it says fake music journalist on it.
Oh, yeah. Which is true to the show because at some point we're going to have to reckon with the fact that
we don't know.
We don't know anything at all. Like the Descendants, are those the replacements of the Descendants? They sound a lot alike, and I'm not cool enough to know a ton about either. So me, right?
Right. So the whole theme of this song is. The refrain is, all I want to do is just sit here in my living room and see what's on the tube while I'm hanging out with you. All I want to do is do nothing with you.
I love that. That's it. That's it, baby.
Yeah. And dude, I mean, that makes me feel like the stage I'm in right now. I mean, obviously I want to like explore the world and with my wife, but like, you know, doing nothing, having fun, off to bed to get things done. I'm not lazy. I'm in love. And, it's just, I just want to recite all the lyrics. People knock on my door, ringing my phone, telling me things I got to get done today to satisfy them. But what about me? Lately, I've been wishing I was brain dead. No responsibilities in my head today. Baby, let's see what's on TV. It's just like, let's just hang out. Let's do nothing.
Which is your vibe disturbingly close?
Yes. Absolutely.
Which is a good vibe. Nothing wrong with enjoying some. Everybody has that nowadays. What are your shows? What do you like to watch? You want to watch something to like cleanse the palate before we go to bed, or?
That's what Megan and I do. We've been watching Next.
The Watchmen. That was a little intense with the like slippery lube man. You want to watch like Parks and Rec or something real quick? I can't go to bed after that. They showed the blue wink. They showed it.
Megan always does that. I can't go to bed after that.
Yeah, this is I connect with that 100%.
The next one I'm gonna have. Oh God, I feel so self-conscious. I Do Anything by Simple Plan.
No.
F you, Pat.
That would have been like if someone had made a blog of like all the lists. That would have been one that I would have had to pick late just to complete the perfect mixtape. But
sure.
You've taken the first step in mounting the comeback. You have prevented the perfect playlist from being put together. And if you put the next 4 picks together in the appropriate way, you just might pull this thing off. You is what I have to say. No, but also Simple Plan's your band, and I'm very happy for you.
Yeah.
It must have meant a lot to you at some point.
Yeah, I mean, they were my introduction to quote unquote pop punk, which is mainly pop rock, but they opened the door between, or they led the path between like top 40 bullshit and what turned into all the songs that I love now. So it's like, it's one of those bands where it's like, you're kind of embarrassed to be like, I fucking low-key love them, and not just the first album either. But yeah, that's a good one. I mean, we don't really need to say much more. Isn't this
have
the one
we
that
done
Mark
a Simple
Hoppus
Plan
was on?
episode yet?
We've talked about them before. Let me search our website. I don't remember what we did like last week, Pat.
Oh, that was back when we were doing those head-to-head albums. We're gonna have to redo all of those because that's when when we didn't have any listeners and we were trying to figure out a formula that would do it. And I think we combined that with something else that came out that year, but it was unfair to both of them because they weren't related in any other way. Is that your first or second pick of this round for you?
That was my second. Yeah, that was episode 129. No pads, no helmets, just balls versus the young and the hopeless.
Oh, what a disservice to both of those things. Yeah. Oh, we're going to have to go back and do Good Charlotte. I think we probably already have revisited The Young and the Hopeless, or at least I hope so.
I don't think so.
No, we have to. We must. We simply must. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Also, it took me throughout the years. There's so many references to running for mayor of D.C. in Lifestyles of the Rich and the Famous that as a junior high person, I was like, apparently there are mayors out there that do coke and stuff. This is no effort on my part to really get any of these references, but this rocks, so I don't care. Anyway. Okay, my next two picks. Sorry, I'm sniffling and I'm a mess. I forgot to bring tissues in with me. Tom, if you can, I'm just going to keep talking. If you could take out the first part of this sentence. And here's my next pick is where you should edit that, hopefully, but probably not, but that's okay. Let's go Alive with the Glory of Love by Say Anything.
Ooh. We just did that episode.
We did.
Wait, did it go out yet?
Yes.
Yeah, it did. Okay.
We wrote about how it intertwined with Scrubs and was meaningful.
Yeah. Oh, man.
That's
what
an obvious
song.
pick. It feels cheap. It's just Miss Black Eyeliner could have applied to anybody during the emo phase in any capacity, which was just kind of like, you look finer with, again, the World War II undertones were kind of lost on me as a young person, unfortunately. Yeah. Anyway, pick two here. I'm going to go Girl.
And again, we like one of my favorite memories of my wedding was dancing to that song with my wife. Like,
when I watch you on a Do You right where you're standing, it's just like, hey, teen id, relate to this sentence. Like, it's a cracked code, or it's not even a code. It's just like, give the people what they want or something. I don't know. It's just so beautiful and so good. So strong. Max Bemis. I can't wait to do the Say Anything self-titled album episode at some point. It might be self-indulgent. I don't know how many. If you tweet at us if you like it, because we were dying to do that one. I'm going to go Girl by Beck. It's fun. I don't know. Some of these songs I put on the list that I wanted to pick because I know you would like them, because I wanted to steal them from you, but also give you an opportunity to say something. But I know some of these next few, it's going to be hard for me to explain other than like, I just really like it. And I know you weren't huge into perhaps that particular Beck tune, just because I know we know each other too intimately at this point, probably too well. Anyway, it's just fun and nice and talks about I don't know, his lyrics are weird and it's kind of fun and it's about a girl. It's literally titled Girl. I don't know, it's fun. We went 10. I don't know, we went 10. We went 10. What do you want me to say? I like it.
That's only your 8. So we've got
No, I know. I'm saying the next two are going to be worse.
Oh. Okay, yeah.
Throw a bullet from a freight train leaving. Yeah, I don't know. It's just so weird. Her black tongue tied behind the roses, fist pounding on a vending machine, toy diamond ring stuck on her finger. Just, I don't know. It's like, whoa, this is like art, dude. That's me in 9th grade and now, honestly. But anyway, that's my pick.
This is really hard, man. I think my number 8 will have to be The Best Thing by Relient K. I think I remember you crushing in high school and really being into this song. And that's kind of what made it that type of song for me, was how it affected you. I don't know if you remember that at all.
The Best Thing?
Yeah.
Let me see.
This was from 7 years ago. This would have been the study hall girl that I thought we were about to have like the coolest best friends double date thing of all time. But she was unfortunately dating someone else and couldn't break him away, which was actually the theme of one of my songs that is probably going to be an honorable mention. But Man. Okay, I'm going to real quick on my toes here change my number 9. to the one I just referenced, Nobody Puts Baby in the Corner by Fall Out Boy. I don't think this is like traditionally a love song.
Dude, you're thinking of the first single by The Format.
No.
Yeah. I'm listening to it right now. I knew I liked this song, but I don't know why you would associate this one with that person.
Because there was a day where like she gave you a ride home from school and you said you listened to it on the way home with her.
Really? You remember such intimate details that I'd have that are just gone.
I remember your love life better than you do.
I mean, I remember making the bong in ceramics and pulling it out of the urn before school started. I don't remember the soundtrack to that particular act of defiance being The Best Thing by Ryan Kay. I guess I remember the song, but I actually associate the first single by The Format more with that era or that particular semester.
Which is what?
To make a list of what we need. We know actually it would make a good pick if anyone wants it. Not much of anything. I don't know. It was just one of those, like Ryan Zimmerman, one of the Sherpas would be like, "Hey, I like Alkaline Trio." I'm like, "The f- is your life, man? How?" And she was like, "I like The Format." I'm like, damn it, Like,
I am sand, I'm dirt.
I know. Like months earlier, I learned that there were more Blink-182 songs. People are like, "Yeah, The Format." I'm like, "The fucking who, man? What?" It was, forever uncool. I think that's why the phone conversation in the movie Almost Famous with Lester Bangs and the main character in the movie is hits home. I think probably for everyone, it's just like, I am uncool, man. Fun, like I'm talking to you right now, man. I'm at home, man. This is the truest currency. Anyway, I won't recount the whole scene, but anyway, whether it was that song or I remember that era vividly, and
gotcha.
Now it's clear why I probably would have scrubbed it from my brain. Like, oh, it ended in not working out, so get out of here, bud.
Yeah, I just remember, I think she might have given you a ride to my house or something, because I live not too far away from her, and you were like, "Oh my God, I just listened to this song over and over in the car with." It was like so weird, and you were like so into her and like had hope for it, and it was really sad to see that crushed. But also, I remember just like being really happy for you.
But also, I ended up taking an internship in Pittsburgh years later, and she and were there, and it turned out like, and my sister had been a friend with his older sister, and the are hilarious. Like they're dry humor.
Great.
Oh, they're outstanding people. As a teen in that moment, it was like, this is an evil person that we need to destroy. But I'm glad years later, they're married now. And I think they actually just recently had a kid. And this is all like anecdotal information that really doesn't matter to our audience, but is just lovely. And they're both lovely. But yeah, no. Yeah. For that like 2-week period, it was like, it was the best thing that could be happening. It was fun. It was a nice little study hall group for sure.
Yeah. 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 I remember you were like, "Oh, this guy and we need to kill him." And then like we all hung out one day and I was like,
okay.
Is simply lovely. We love.
That was the trouble with it. People talk about, I think Chuck Klosterman and Shea Serrano always joke about like, it's one thing to have like a nemesis and an enemy, like in your field in professional life, it helps drive you. But I've never had one that was actually nefarious in their ways. So like, it's like, okay, I've picked somebody that I'd like to, be enemies with. Like, oh no, they're lovely. I'm like, damn it, they are lovely. I actually want to be friends with them real bad. So it never quite, the whole like revenge thing never quite worked out for me. So it's probably for the best, I suppose.
I can't believe they're still together. That's wild.
That's great. It's a good thing.
Yeah. So I picked Nobody Puts Baby in the Corner.
Sure.
Simply because of the line, "Can I lay in your bed all day?" Like, I just want to hang out all day.
Right.
Like that's.
We are. If you don't know our vibes by this point, damn it, are you even listening to the show? And if you're still hanging around, by the way, this is like the last of like a marathon of just recording we've done to like help Tom go on vacation, like the first vacation he's had in like a decade. So forgive us. This one's getting a little weird. We hit the 20-minute mark and we were already at like our 4th pick, and Tom was like giving me the stretch hands. So it's like, hey, so Halloween was pretty crazy back in high school. So if you're with us still, honestly, it's a thrill. Thanks for being here.
Oh, man.
I still have two. I think you probably have a couple or a few. You want to finish out, and then I'll have two at the end.
No, I had my two. So you give me two, and I
Okay.
finish off, right?
Here's one: "Bohemian Like You" by the Dandy Warhols. It came out in 2000. I think I like that song because I'm not as cool as many of, like, in fact, almost 100% of the people I've ever had a crush on. So it's the song, the narrator talks about, like, hey, why don't you come to my restaurant that I work at? We'll cook you up some food. It's vegan. You'll really like it, whatever. Like, I'm feeling bohemian because I want into your world or whatever. And the narrator isn't as cool as the other person and, like, is trying to prove that he can be not just any one-dimensional, I guess, right? So pretty, like, universal theme, I guess. And it's a good song. I love it so much. Yeah, it's a cute one. It makes my V-Day mix in an instant. I like it a lot. This is a tough one because I want to pick one that, can I say what I'm not going to pick?
Sure.
Although it kind of deserves it too. I this all up, man. This is stupid. I hate this game. This is the worst.
I know. I really blew it.
God. Yeah, right? Right? Okay, never mind. Not that. No, okay. Take "Girl" by Beck and "Hands Down" by Dashboard. Toss them, okay? They're back in the field. Take them if you want them. I don't even care.
No, right? You can't get back, but you can't get rid of Dashboard.
I'm getting rid of it because these two are big. These next two are big.
Oh, my God.
"Teenage Dirtbag" by Wheatus.
Oh, Jesus.
Was it even on your list?
No.
Okay.
I ruined everything.
Okay. Very meaningful. We did a whole episode about it. I won't belabor the point. You get it. If you've heard it, you get it. Just the prom thing, it's just like...
Jesus Christ.
Right. Keep in mind, "Girl" by Beck and "Hands Down" by Dashboard back on the field. I'm doing my last turn trade-ins, which is a new rule I just made up on the fly. And... which is a Blues Clues noise that should be used in the show more often.
Oh, yeah.
Again, thanks for being here, everybody. "Girl All the Bad Guys Want" by Bowling for Soup
Jesus,
is
dude.
gonna wrap it up for me, I think. Just another one of the Bohemian Like You type vibe. Like, although I don't know why you'd want to be new metal-y, and the music video kind of pokes fun at that, but like the unattainable thing, the whole reason Scrubs is what it is, right? Zach Braff wants what he doesn't want, right? The "Girl All the Bad Guys Want" what nobody can have. So, and it's great. All these songs are terrific. So I will gladly trade in "Hands Down" for that one. I think that's my list.
Well, I don't think you have to trade in "Hands Down." You just need to trade in Beck, and then that rounds off your list.
No, I think "Bohemian Like You" was my 9th.
Yeah, and then "Girl All the Bad Guys Want" is 10th, and then you sub out.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So
okay.
That's a good list, man. Damn.
No, you're being too kind. You could have stolen "Hands Down" from me. Actually, you know what? You get to steal one from me because you're being so nice to me. How about that?
No, I'm very proud of you. You did a good job of this drafting. I'm doing a really bad job.
It's okay.
I couldn't think of, because again, I have said it so many times on the show. People have tweeted it at me on our Twitter account that, like, I want to feel like there's no point in living when I listen to music. That's what makes, like, that is what I like in music.
You get a lot of fandom based off those comments. A lot of people tweet at us and they're like, yeah, man, and that's exactly why I listen to music. So I'm like, cool. I guess we're branching out into little sectors of the emo world. Like, I'm glad we aren't both lyrics people and just debating the words the whole time, though. Like, I actually do appreciate that you get to talk a little bit about the recording process and the drums and things like that, some of the musical side of things. But do you have one more pick? You're 9?
Well, I do, but I'm reading over our list and I see that I only have 1 5 pick and 1 6 pick. So I think, unless I'm leaving stuff out, I only have 18 songs.
A 5 6 and a pick 6, and you have 18 songs?
Yeah. Like, combined, I thought we were at 20, but there's only...
Right, I'm done. You went second, so you've picked twice every time. So now your last turn is going to be 19 and 20.
Oh, so I have 2 more. Jesus, okay.
I believe I went first and picked 1, so that's why mine was a little strange.
All right, we might end up with 19 songs.
Just do it.
But
I'll give you one right now. Take, you want me to try? I'll give you a ton of these. Well, go ahead. Just pick.
okay. So I'm trying to think. I would probably pick "Dear Maria" by All Time Low.
Ooh,
I
good
don't
one.
think it's a love song.
Also,
but
you see his hair in that music video? That's an episode.
Oh, yeah.
We're got to do that episode. like, soon.
Right.
They came out with some new music. It's, we just got to do it. Sorry, I'm interrupting you.
No, it's just it. Yeah, I don't know. I was reading again Genius lyrics, and I think it's about like being in love with a stripper, said a little more eloquently than T-Pain may have. But
You'll be the showgirl of the home team. Is that what the lyric? I'll be the narrator telling the tale.
There was a lot of stuff about like collecting cash and other stuff. Again, I didn't do the investigations myself. That was Genius lyrics. Who knows what the is going on with those people? But okay, I think this is going to be the 20th pick. It's so hard because I want to say, I'm going to say it. There Is by Boxcar Racer. I don't think it's a love song. I think it's I don't know. I want it. It's a song that makes me feel like someone who was in love at one point, and that's good enough for me.
Does it make you feel like you're locked out of heaven?
I don't get the reference.
Oh, sorry. It's a Bruno Mars thing, which is actually a really good song. I like it a lot. Anyway.
So anyway, I don't know, dude. I bombed on this one, but I only have two honorable mentions. Do you want to get into those?
Yeah, you go first.
Okay, so there's an album that came out in 2009 called On Your Side this is like the straight hair, bangs in the face, American Apparel headband around, like I'm thinking of Never Shout Never. I'm thinking of that vibe, but it was a band called A Rocket to the Moon. No, I'm not picking Never Shout Never, but
no, I know. I'm just thinking like if we do All Time Low, we're gonna have to do Boys Like Girls and Never Shout Never and Mayday Parade again and all that.
Boys Like Girls, I forgot. Jesus. There has to be a Boys Like Girls.
There's a whole subgenre of the subgenre that we haven't even fucking done Hello Goodbye yet. So there's just like some of the stuff. It's not even going to be begrudgingly because they brought us joy as well. But there's a mood, there's a vibe, there's a whole thing that we have to get into later, but not now.
Okay, I still only have 19 songs. I don't know what's going on. But the song Dakota by A Rocket to the Moon. This whole album could be a Valentine's Day playlist.
Dude. Okay.
Do you remember it?
No. But you reminded me of one that I'm going to pick as my first honorable mention that replace it if there's any other questionable things. So Much Love by the fucking Rocket Summer, dude.
Oh!
Take that one. That's your 20th. Whoever doesn't have a 10th, have that be the 10th because that deserves to be picked at some point.
Oh,
it's
that's
so
good.
Stupidly catchy.
That is good.
For as not rocky as any of the vibe of that was, he brought the thunder so hard with that song. It was the weirdest collection of emotions I think I've ever felt. Just like, I should hate this, but he's laying it down right now. There's there's an energy to it that is just, it's infectious. I don't know. Sorry, we're getting too late.
Sure.
Let's just shut this down. We're going home.
I got one more. I got one more.
I got my honorable mentions, but it's been an ugly scene for the last 25 minutes. And I'm just very sorry.
All right. I want to give my wife a shout out. She said Mabel by Goldfinger. This is a little bit before the era that we talk about, but I do love that song. It is 8th grade for me when Zach got me into ska because his brother got him into it. It's a good one. And another one that I Googled to fill out Hannah's playlist was You're the Only One by the Lillingtons. I have never heard of them other than this one Google search, but it's like a very, almost like just an 80s, very simple punk song, 3 chords. And the refrain is, you're the only one, the only girl for me. Hey, you're the only one. Yeah. So
fitting
it's just,
for a mixtape, getting the message across. It's a big part of it. So I mean that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Here's my stuff. I wasn't sure if All My Best Friends Are Metalheads by Less Than Jake is a love song.
Ooh.
But it talks about, did we take the time to really get to know about each other type stuff? I don't know. Looking back, it's probably not lovey-dovey, but I viewed it as such.
Sure.
Similarly, the 88, All 'Cause of You, he starts it off like, I'm sinking through the drain of love, I know about my
The 88?
Yes, All 'Cause of You. I love that
Never
song.
even heard of
I
them.
view it in this way, but I don't think it is this way. That's why I left it off. I Want You To by Weezer off of, I believe it's Red or Ratitude. I don't really remember at this point, which we're not doing the Weezer episode, so don't judge me. We're getting late in the night here. Actually, this is going to bug me. Actually, I can't remember. It's either Ratitude or Red. I'm sorry, everybody. I've failed myself, and I have only myself to blame, so curses. Can You Tell by Raw Raw Riot, Swiss Army Romance by Dashboard Confessional, Crushed by Say Anything, Shiksa,
Jesus,
parentheses,
dude.
Girlfriend by Say Anything, and I think that's about it. Yeah, those are my honorable mentions. Yeah, some of the stuff like Bohemian Like You I wasn't enjoying at the time, but was released in 2000 and ended up, if we're looking at pure amounts of plays in my ears, belongs there. Teenage Dirtbag had to be mentioned, even though I felt weird. We just did an episode, so it's not like a special to mention, it feels like. It's weird, the deeper we get, I feel like we've already had these conversations, so I don't want to bore people, but like, obviously the prom scene in that song is monumental. So,
Oh, yeah.
so it feels a little weird having done the show so much, but it's more fun than it's more often fun than it is detrimental to the cause or anything. So anyway, lots of honorable mentions. Like you said, a lot of it is like, I was actually a pretty sad guy. But some of these are pretty obvious, like Crush songs. So I feel good about my opening pick of Punk Rock Princess. Grateful for it. Happy Valentine's Day, Tom. Happy Valentine's
Happy
Day.
Valentine's. What you got a song for the week? Leave the people with it, and I more than anything, again, I love when people tweet at us and tell us like what their 10 Valentine's Day songs would be. It's like honestly the coolest thing in the world. There's been kind of like a huge explosion of people actually engaging with the show, and it's kind of wild to me that A, even one person listens, but B, people like it enough to then let us know what they would pick, because I think it's incredible.
Yeah.
At _reminiscent FM, let us know what you would be blasting in the year 2008 when you're crushing on Valentine's Day, but too nervous to ask her out.
That's right. Exactly. Yeah. So I was nervous to pick this as a song of the week, I guess, because it's so old, but I didn't want to seem whatever, but it's a mixtape episode, so we're just shooting from the hip here. I've been getting really into modern baseball lately. Their album,
nice.
Specifically their album, You're Gonna Miss It All. The song Fine Great. I walk home with my eyes low, dreaming about the conversations we'll have tomorrow. It probably would have fit into this freaking draft, honestly, if the time period is right. I just love that so much. The album, like, how did I fucking miss this? But it's from 2014. I didn't want to like, it's like, oh, a brand new song is the song of the week. Like, we don't really do that. So I didn't want to totally break the rules, but in case anyone else has missed it, I doubt it, but I'm really digging that album lately, like important, like really getting into it on repeat for the last kind of 2 months. So, but yeah, You're Gonna Miss It All by Modern Baseball. The song is Fine Great is the one off that one that I really like.
Sweet. Yeah, that's awesome. There is a show on Hulu called You're the Worst, and I have a sweet spot for nihilists who fall in love. That's like my genre.
Have we
of
come up
choice.
with the definition for nihilist? There was a week where we didn't have it quite.
Again, who knows if that episode came out yet?
Yeah, man. Sorry.
A person who believes that life is meaningless and rejects all religious and moral principles.
I'm guessing it came up during the fucking Alive with the Glory of Love episode and that it is already out. If I just had to venture, I guess. I remember you asked and I was like, I'm not even going to try. But we have defined it for the good people just now, thanks to you.
All right.
And, come here for your weeks later of vocab lessons.
So the show is so good. Like, you kind of hate, like, both the characters are pieces of shit. Everyone in the show kind of sucks, but like, you get to see them fall in love even though they try not to. And I just like, I'm such a sucker for stuff like that. Indie rom-coms. But the theme song to the show is called 7:30 a.m. by a band called Slothrust. It's one word. It could also be Slothrust, but I think their Wikipedia page specifically said Slothrust. My wife has been really into them lately since watching the show. I don't love the rest of their stuff. Their music videos are absolutely incredible, but the song 7:30 a.m. is really fun, kind of like that 2009 indie cal punk type vibe, and it's a good song. It's a good tune, so check it out. It'll be in the show notes, reminiscentpodcast.com/episode/158.
Happy Halloween, man.
Sure. Happy Halloween.
Might as well. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Hopefully, whatever. Bye.
Bye. Hello, everybody. One last time, we want to wish you all a happy Valentine's Day. Whether you are with a loved one or alone, just know we are always here for you in a very non-joking way for everything. Hit us up on Twitter @_reminiscentfm so we can tell you how much we love you all. And you have got to check out our Instagram page @reminiscentpodcast. Trust me, check it out @reminiscentpodcast. We'll talk to you all next week. Love you. Bye.